Wrestling veteran says Roman Reigns still has to face 30-year-old former champion before the Bloodline story ends. Roman Reigns has run past a comprehensive list of opponents during his run as the Tribal Chief, taking down all-time greats like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, among many others. With tribal combat against Jey Uso on the horizon, wrestling veteran Vince Russo stated that there is one more superstar who Reigns has to face before the Bloodline story is over. On the latest episode of Writing with Russo, host Dr. Cheese Featherstone asked ex-WWE writer Vince Russo about what he felt about the Bloodline story. He believes that there is still a long way to go before it's done, and doesn't think it ends with the SummerSlam main event between Reigns and Jey Uso. Vince Russo explained that once Solo Sikoa inevitably leaves the Bloodline, the entire dynamic changes because it will be him and the Usos against Roman Reigns. He said that the 30-year-old former NXT North American champion Solo Sikoa is the last bullet that Reigns has to get through. One guy couldn't beat him alone, the second guy couldn't beat him alone. The third guy couldn't beat him alone. Oh, now all three of you can beat him? Of course, you can, because now it's a 3-on-1 situation. They got to be really careful with that, bro, because if you got 3 guys on one side and Roman Reigns and a walrus on the other, now you're bullies. Because if 3 of you guys can't beat him up, you know what I'm saying. That kind of changes the complexity of things, and that's where it's going to get sticky. Right now the only last bullet in the gun is Solo Sikoa. That's the last bullet. When you got 3 guys standing in the ring on one side and one on the other, you got to be really careful with the story. What was Roman Reigns' reaction to Solo Sikoa being pitched as the Tribal Chief? Ahead of the epic Civil War Bloodline match at Money in the Bank 2023, the Usos tried to get into the Tribal Chief's head, stating that they acknowledged Solo Sikoa as the real Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns laughed it off without a second thought, and Solo Sikoa didn't seem to find this as funny. This was considered the first major crack between Sikoa and Reigns, less than a year before the former joined the Bloodline.